Okay, Holly, all right?
Yeah, the announcements. Go ahead, Bryce. This is a good time. Yeah. By the way, this is, were you going to announce this or was I? Okay, I didn't know about that. We have some announcements. First of all, a friend of ours said that someone's license number, FJ37269 4JKLS WX RF297. Your license plate is blocking the driveway. I just didn't see it. Today, this is a Daniel Pearl concert. I can't read this, but it's a global network of concerts to promote harmony for harmony. And so we're hooked up with the Daniel Pearl. And my wife, Holly, who's really the boss of all of this, has explained to me it's called Unity and Harmony Through Music, which is a great thing because that's the amazing thing about music. And I tell you this really quick story. New York Philharmonic, 1969, a band playing with the symphony. 1969, a generation gap. It was pretty. The reporter from the New York Times said it was the largest. The gap was so large it was larger than the Grand Canyon between the hippies and the establishment. Right? Remember that? That was way before Republicans and Democrats. No one even knew that there was any difference. So it was that in those days it was the hippies, and it was pretty intense. As we get up on stage with our amplifiers and long hair and the whole thing, and the whole audience starts booing and hissing. And so, Seiji Ozawa, the New York Philharmonic, Lincoln Center, subscription audience. And so we played the music, and after the music was over, people stood up immediately, and the president of the Symphony Association came up to me and said that was the longest and most intense standing ovation I had ever seen in the history of Lincoln Center. He said the only thing I could remember close to that was a concert I saw by Caruso. And I was just a young player, and all of a sudden I thought, wow, where did all the hatred and the anger and the bitterness go? And that was just the first example of seeing what music can really do to uplift the world. It just erases differences, and it's an amazing thing. So that's the Daniel Pearl.
You just told me to top that. Well, I'm not going to top that.
Set the piano on fire.
No, but I'm not going to be...
You see that movie? Set the piano on fire.
Later, when you're not looking, I'll set the piano on fire. Okay. I hope I'm not going to be quite as eloquent as Corky just was, but I met this woman about 2 weeks ago named Janelle Rapp, whose sister disappeared in, it was October of 2000. She was playing in Lincoln, Nebraska, and she was abducted and never found. So because it didn't cause a big scandal, and that didn't have like a media hook, they didn't make a big deal about it. So she started her own organization and has found loads of missing persons because of it. And so this concert is also going to be on behalf of called the Squeaky Wheel Tour. And they've asked artists who are performing all over the world between now and November the 5th, which is the time, well, she went missing, I think it was October the 17th, but she said if I want to do a few days before, which I am, to represent the missing girl named Gina. And you can find more information at www.gina, no wait, I'm sorry, www.fitzgerald, 411gina.org. And each artist is asked to represent a missing person. And this person was from Chicago, and she's been missing, let's see, since December of 2005. If you want any flyers, I've got a few around. Her name is Violetta Lazar. Anyway, this is all about her. So if you know who this person is, or maybe know somebody who may have seen her or have any information, you should contact the police department. And that's that. So good luck to them. They found loads of people, so it's a really great thing.
A couple other quick announcements. Rollo just wanted to remind me that a friend of ours, Kathy, who used to come to see us all the time, that certainly would have been here, has died, and so they wanted us to just do one of the tunes. We'll just do the whole set for Kathy, and then also I just wanted to say, I talked about everyone but Jim, and I just want to let you guys know that Jim.
Carpool with Anne Margaret.
That's right. He was.
Really?
It's true. Yeah, but also, when I met Jim, he was writing operas. That was in 1964, 65, and he still does things. He does this amazing photography art. It's not photography, but it is art. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Do they know what I mean? And also, Jim, he and a partner housed, and he lives in Madison, housed over 300 mentally ill homeless people. And so he keeps busy, and also he didn't like the politics in Madison because a lot of things were happening that were really hurting people very badly, and he didn't like it, and he figured out he needs to do something about it, so he joined the mayoral race, and he turned the whole political scene around. The guy that needed to win, he felt got in, and the one that needed to get out ended up having to get out because he forced them to talk about the issues that people really cared about. And then he graciously and happily didn't win the election.
Poor Mayor Dave has to go to meetings every night.
So, I wanted to say that. So we have a socially conscious group of people here.
Right.